Salute to all my twins. You already know what's popping. We here again, and this build gonna be off the chain. You already know where y'all at. Atlantis Indigenous Radio every Thursday, 9 p.m. Only exclusively on 2rawfortv.tv. Make sure you got your subscription, get you a paid subscription, support what we doing over here. Cause like no other, you not getting no other quality information, man, than like on Atlantis Indigenous Radio and all of the content creators on TrueRawForTV.tv. So definitely check out my twin up next, Palmetto Star, True Raw for TV. Always gonna have a fire build for you. The beautiful Shelly, right before us, on Wednesdays. Definitely check her out, the Empress of the FBA. You already know I said it, man. She smashed. And listen, if y'all did not check out that debate, I'm talking about the first debate, FBA versus Pan Africanism, a classic. Shelly really did her thing in that. I came in as a wild card. I still, of course, come on, man, Turtle. You know, it's Turtle. So of course I did my thing. But yeah, she really stood for the FBA like no other. And my personal perspective, she definitely won that. I wouldn't include myself. I just added the indigenous movement, and she, honored the indigenous movement as the future movement of the FBA. I would agree with that for sure. So y'all check it out, man. It's off the chain. The last debate too. Oh my goodness, man. Is Trump good for original people or for black people? Man, me, the brother Crumb smashed it. You already know. And Kamani and Rasta, man, salute to those brothers for being courageous enough to stand up on they point. But ultimately get smashed. But y'all check it out. We gonna do a review on both of those coming up soon. So even for those that didn't get to check it out, y'all gonna get to check it out on a review on Atlantis Indigenous Radio coming soon. And just all the other great content creators, man. You got Atlantis, Black Atlantis. My twin. He up on his thing, man, doing his thing. So definitely check him out. The brother Crumb killing it. Everybody on TrueRawForTV.tv, man. Mahogany Roots, etc. You feel me? So tonight, man, like, God damn, Turtle, get to it. I gotta shout out everybody and let y'all know everything that's been going on, so y'all stay abreast of all of the amazing things that we got going on over here. But tonight, we're gonna deal with the colonial New Year's. Yes, man, we're gonna deal with the fiscal New Year's that we're in right now, right? Because most of y'all don't try to fake like y'all not under colonial Gregorian calendar, because you don't know astronomical intelligence. So I know you on under that colonial Gregorian calendar. But Atlantis Indigenous Radio is here to give you back your ancestral inheritance. So tonight we building on Ampu Anubis intelligence. Yeah, Ampu Anubis intelligence. We dealing with that twin connections. I told y'all we was gonna break down why it's important for you to honor that twin frequency, and the YNs is on point with them calling each other twins. They just don't understand the depth and the substance to that. We're gonna break that down today. They're gonna learn today on Atlantis Indigenous Radio, and you're gonna learn today. You feel me? And then we dealing with the Dog Star Power Serious activation, man. You feel what I'm talking about? So it's important that you understand a lot of my shows, it really line up. Like if you been with me from the get, and even if you start now, if you go back and listen to my first shows with me pushing P with the Panther Portal, and you end up to this show right here, right now, that we in dealing with Anubis intelligence, right? It all lines up, and it all deal with our ancestral inheritance that we must activate right now. Yeah. So All right, I'm pretty sure everybody is familiar with Anubis and Pu, right? Those are actually twin frequencies. Every deity, in particularly in indigenous society, had a twin frequency to it. All right, Anubis would be the masculine element of that, and Pu would be the feminine element of that. And how does it tie to this divine dog star, Sirius? Another element of this too is that's a divine reason too on why we as a people call ourselves, brothers refer to ourselves, that's my dog. You feel me? Or if they banging, that B dog, we deal with that dog energy heavy, and even what we refer to our females as bitches tied to this. Yes, the dog and the bitch frequency has a divine frequency when you understand Syrian activation and Sirius energy. When you look up the dog star, right? Sirius, right? When you look up that star, that's the brightest star in our night sky. So especially if you was out last night, you seen it. If you go out tonight, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it next to that shiny, beautiful moon that almost look full. She ain't quite full. In a couple days, she'll be full, pregnant, and beautiful, right? That moon is that divine feminine maternal frequency, right? And you know what's interesting, right? This moon is going to be what? The super wolf moon. Wolf dog frequency Anubis. Now in ancient societies, all of these societies connect too. I'm giving you deities that you're familiar with, because if you've seen the flyer that was done for this show, you'll see Anubis had a twin or a father energy coming from right over here, ancient Amaruka, or ancient America as you know it. And that would be Zolo, or Zolo Itzcuintli, or Sholo Itzcuintli, right? That would be the indigenous nobility dog of Mikozi, or Mexico. So important, and you can look it up. The Mexican hairless dog is the Anubis head. Now, how did that get way over there to Africa, Egypt today? You must understand your imperial identity. We're gonna be touching on that super heavy because we in turtle goat season, which y'all know as Capricorn. Capricorn the goat. Man, produce some of the most legendary, never scary ancestral leaders that y'all know of, man. You cannot sleep on the goat, man. You turtle, you turtle. I mean, you hair slow if you sleeping on that turtle goat, man. You hair slow. So understand we honoring Prophet Noble Drew Ali. He came through the portal of January 8th. But we know what that deals with cosmically. We're gonna get into that. Because Gregorian calendar, January 8th is not telling you nothing. You need to understand the astronomical intelligence of January 8th. And then right after that, you got Dr. Khalid Muhammad on January the 10th, man. Legendary, never scary, who also was almost, I think, to my knowledge, the only NOI, FOI that professed to be more open in the public. You see their connections. Powerful original man. And this original man got banned by Congress. He was so, I think he slept on too, though, through the colorism. Seriously, he was a dark knight, dark-skinned brother. I think he was slept on because he was one of our most prolific speakers of this time. Rivaled Malcolm, man. I know some would debate me on this one, but he really rivaled Malcolm to the point that he scared these colonizers up, and they had the right, like, whole laws of like, nah, we got to ban this nigga from speaking. You feel me? They never really did that for Malcolm. But that's a whole nother bill we're gonna have on the next show. We're gonna be honoring Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Oh, this whole month we honoring Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So that's what I'm touching on. Nationality, bloodline, extremely important. Know who you be. And it's some more goats. Muhammad Ali, as well as Grandmaster Moses Powell, or Musa Muhammad. Whoo, The warriors, man, the warriors. So y'all know how we do it, man. Ancestral intelligence, always giving thanks to the ancestors' shoulders that we stand on to this day. So we dealing with serious energy. All right. Last show I broke down the black sheep. Black sheep's understandings is just like, you know, that's your first initial awakeness into consciousness, or you know, you just you move different from your family. Most of our family structures being colonial family structures, right? But when you step into the black goat frequency, you understand astronomical intelligence. You know that January 1st, you know where the colonizers stole that from. Yep, right? That is a divine serious alignment. You feel me? So I know none of y'all that's watching Atlantis Indigenous Radio right now should have been watching a ball drop. I know none of y'all, none of my twins, none of my brothers and sisters that watch my show was watching that bullshit ball drop. Because that is a colonial ritual that is unprogressive. Do not do that. When you dealing with the divine star of Sirius energy in the Earth's alignments that it make with that, because you're dealing with two seasons, the solar seasons, the solstices, that we divine with that divine twin frequency. It's a binary star system. It's the twin star system. Real important to understand the twin frequency is dealing with the three divine universal laws. You feel me? So in ancient times, the twin frequency initially stood for masculine, feminine, mama, daddy, male, female, the divine duality of this reality. And what's produced from that, the power, that you create the what those two forces are, the creative forces. So it's potential after that. Through mother, father, through the divine sexual alchemy, you get the creation, the potential, the power. So that's important that our whole universe is ran off that. Understand when I break down the yin yang symbol and martial alchemy. What is that? That's dealing with a masculine and feminine frequency and the power to create from that. You feel me? And being properly aligned with that. So that's extremely important to understand the twin frequency. And the star Sirius is a binary star system. Binary. It really trinary because you got Sirius C, but when you look up in that mythos, to modern scientists today don't quite even understand if it's really Sirius C there. They don't know that element, but our ancestors said Sirius A, B, and C. that divine trinity, holy trinity. And I just broke that down, the universal law of holy trinity. Real key and important for you to have your mind on your goals at this time. Yeah, your goals at this time. Serious frequency, and then you dealing with the turtle goat frequency, which y'all know of as the Capricorn frequency. It go deeper than Capricorn, but I have to give y'all an understanding of what I'm speaking of. Because remember, if I just speak in indigenous tongue, y'all gonna be like, what? Why is he speaking Chinese? Some of y'all may know though. Some of y'all may know. But we honor our indigenous culture, but we also intelligent enough today to create within that. Our ancestors don't want us to do the same shit that we did in the past. They want us to do that greatness, stand on that foundation of greatness, but you build greater. You feel what I'm talking about? So my culture will always be unique, right? So I'm gonna give y'all things that y'all can reference to understand where I'm coming from on one level, but it goes deeper. So it's important to understand that during this time frame, don't let the colonizers steal your energy, which he's already doing by stealing your holy days. You always celebrate it during these serious celebratory times. You feel me? You can change the names of these frequencies to serious celebratory times, since I just gave you the portal of understanding that divine star of Sirius, that twin frequency, and how you need to honor yourself. You need to actually be in discipline. Where they, you know what's interesting, they flip the shit. You're supposed to be in absolute discipline during this time frame. You're dealing with the turtle goat. How do you think there's no goat on this fucking planet that is not disciplined? You feel me? Like, do you understand that? That is power. That is power. When you're able to harmonize with things in order, in a divine order, right? Not let things distract you, take you away from that divine, focusing on your divine twin. Another aspect in my culture of divine twin is your mission and purpose. Remember, we always pushing P over. We always pushing P over here, man. Purpose. If you do not know your purpose, you slipping. If you did not create a purpose for yourself, you slipping. If you did not put down some goals for yourself during this time frame, you super slipping. Because that is what the Anubis Ampu intelligence deals with. It goes deeper, you know that. But it deals with that divine structure because it deals with also time. Time. Most people say time is an illusion, right? Time is whooping most people's ass. That illusion is whooping most people's ass. So I suggest that you learn what time is from an indigenous perspective. Astronomical intelligence. Another element of that is Ampu Anubis intelligence. Understand what your ancestors understood. I want you to play video number 1 because we're going to get into the twin flame frequency, understanding it in all of our ancient empires. All of them had that, but you're most familiar with one is the deities that I'm using now. Ampu Anubis. Even though with the understanding that we know of our Atlantean indigenous inheritance here, they came from over here. whole nother bill. But they got twins right over here, man. The twin of the dragon. Let's get it. Yeah. So.
tapestry of myth and belief. Welcome and welcome back to Ampu Reads. Today we are going to dive deep into the mystical world of the divine masculine and divine feminine, as stories from ancient Egypt passed down through millennia continue to captivate us. Central to Egyptian mythology is the concept of duality. This is represented by the opposing forces of order and chaos, light and darkness. The Egyptians believed that maintaining balance between these forces was essential harmony. Within this rich tapestry of myth and belief, the story of Isis and Osiris stands out. It is one of the most enduring and beloved tales from ancient Egypt. At the heart of this captivating myth are Isis and Osiris. Osiris, the god of the underworld and rebirth, was revered as a wise and just ruler. Isis, his beloved sister and wife, embodies the divine feminine. She is the goddess of magic, healing, and motherhood. Together, Isis and Osiris represent the harmonious union of opposites. Their love story is a testament to the power of unity and the enduring nature of the human spirit. their idyllic reign was not destined to last. The myth tells of Osiris's tragic murder at the hands of his envious brother, Set. This act of treachery marks the beginning of Isis's heroic journey. Isis, overwhelmed with grief, refused to accept her beloved's death. She embarked on a perilous journey to find his scattered bodies. The myth of Isis and Osiris is a profound exploration of the cycles of death and rebirth. Isis, revered as the goddess of 10,000 names, embodies the archetypal feminine principle. She is the divine mother, the sorceress, the healer, and the mourner. Her power lies not in brute force, but in her wisdom, intuition, and mastery of magic. Isis embodies the creative and nurturing aspects of the universe. She represents the flow of life, the cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. Her presence radiates warmth and
Mike is yeah. So we back in the building. All right. That was just a simple breakdown how in every indigenous ancient society we understood that our divine twin flame, that's where they stole the twin flame concept from, us as original people. Every god was paired with a goddess, every goddess was paired with a god. Anything other than that, your shit is unbalanced and it's not no powerful shit. As you can see today with the misnomer African American broken family structures, no daddy in the house, no masculine god in the house, then the broken family structure, that shit is trash, and you're gonna produce trash from that. You feel me? So and that was colonial trap to do that on purpose to disempower the people. So understand that's the divine balance that we dealing with. Understand you must heal from all your parental traumas. That's what your mind was supposed to be focused on, and bringing forth that magnetizing of your twin flame energy. You feel what I'm saying? Twin flame energy goes deep. Of course, we're dealing with the masculine, feminine force when we're dealing with the twin flame, because that is the lover of force, creative force that creates everything within this universe. So when you hear the YNs call each other twin, that is another aspect of the twin. That is your divine brother. And on the female side, that's your divine sister, right? Not nothing faggotry or nothing like that. It's the original man that thinks like you, that is in unison with your thought process. So it's the original woman that is in unison with her sister's thought process. Again, it's a divine twin frequency. You need to build with people that are of like mind. Yeah, that is powerful. You build power like that. So it's important to understand that is an element of the twin frequency as well. So that's important for you to have your mind focused on, because that Sirius dog star deal with the twin frequency. Man's best friend being the dog. That is a divine totem in indigenous society. And again, over here in the Americas, we had that, even prior to it hitting ancient Tamaray or ancient Kemet. Trill, man, a lot of stuff over here. That's what I tell y'all. Y'all only get this over here. Your ancient Amaru inheritance or ancient American inheritance is your fatherly inheritance. Don't allow for colonial mentality Negroes, whatever they hiding behind, whether it's Pan-Africanism or even if they saying some self-hate shit in there more or indigenous or FBA or whoever the fuck. Don't let nobody take you away from your inheritance. You must honor both. You can't just be you can't just be in balance and just honoring your mama or just honoring your daddy. You will not access your greatest power. That means you stuck in some type of epigenetic trauma. And it's just like the Bible stole this wisdom of honor thy mother, thy father, your days gonna be long and prosperous on this earth. It's something like that. Y'all get what I'm saying? But that's where they took it from, indigenous society. So video 2, we can roll that clip and get into that. Yeah, it's really important to understand where your mind should be at this time frame. So next January 1st, if you was like, yo, we boycotting it, you will have a culture for yourself. Now these serious dog days, you know, you're gonna be with your loved ones and y'all gonna be meditating, contemplating, and actualizing. Yeah, Holy Trinity. Yeah, Holy Trinity, Holy Trinity. That's where your mind got to be focused on.
How did an African tribe living in the remote cliffs of Mali know detailed facts about stars invisible to the naked eye? Facts that Western astronomers wouldn't discover until the 1970s with powerful telescopes. The Dogon people have been telling stories about the Sirius star system for over 1,000 years. Stories that include knowledge so precise it seems impossible without advanced technology. Most people assume that ancient civilizations had limited understanding of astronomy beyond what they could see with their eyes. We're told that sophisticated astronomical knowledge developed gradually through centuries of scientific advancement. But what if that assumption is wrong? What if there are traditions of knowledge that predate our modern discoveries by hundreds, even thousands of years? The Dogon tribe of West Africa possesses astronomical knowledge that defies conventional explanations. They know about the orbital period of Sirius B, a white dwarf star completely invisible without telescopic equipment.
All right. Yeah. So we back in the building. That was given a brief description of where you're going to find the most knowledge in modern time prior to colonizers even knowing about the star system of Sirius. Our ancestors, the Dogon tribe of Mali, and understand Mali was a chiefdom, a part of a greater Atlantean empire, shown and proven through Can Mansa Musa and his brother coming to the Amaru and never leaving back. But it's interesting. We are so ignorant on the fact that our ancestors knew each other and dealt with each other all across this planet prior to us falling into the low level state to where we just gangbang on each other based off us having colonial understandings of time. Yeah, 9 to 5. Told y'all gotta get out of that mind state. Y'all should not be in work job mind state. I'm telling you this now. Of course, you're going to need to work. You're going to need to put in work for yourself, etc. Right? But you should not be after you get off that job, you should have your mind on your prosperity, on your goals, your mission and purpose. For those of you that are working jobs, for those of you that ain't fully, your job is your mission and purpose, man. That is the only thing that will give you true salvation in this time. And that is the element of twin. Remember, our empire go deep, man. It's not just surface level twin. You got to know your mission and purpose, that twin, or you literally will be sick. You will decay. You will decay quick. Time will beat your ass up. Yeah, time is an illusion. All right. Yeah. You better understand shit from an indigenous perspective to get the prosperity that's owed to you. Ancestral inheritance, man. AI takeover movement. Come on, man. Exclusively Atlantis Indigenous Radio, man. Only on Too Raw for TV.tv. So that play video number 3. And we're gonna get into closing it out after this, man. Video number 3. Let's get it. All my twins, y'all understand me now. I don't like to really put out all my culture like that, but I have to. It's obligation. Atlantis Indigenous Radio, y'all gonna get the best of the best. Let's get it.
Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a topic that challenges the narratives many of us were taught about American Indian history, the Yamasee people. And how do they connect to the Seminole and Creek nations? For centuries, the Yamasee has been described as a people of dark complexion, even identified as Negroes in some historical accounts. Yet their story often gets overshadowed, or worse, misrepresented. In this video, we're going to break it all down. We'll explore the connections between the Yamasee, the Seminole, and the Creek, and ask some critical questions. If the Seminole and Creek claim ties to the Yamasee, where is the Yamasee today? And more importantly, where do the dark-complexioned people, historically identified as Yamasee, fit into these narratives? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll understand not just the historical complexities, but also the undeniable truth. The Yamasee people are still here, and their story is far from over. Let's get into it.
But before we embark, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated with our historical explorations.
Okay, and that was my next question, Chief Seco, was that what's the relationship between the Yamasee and the Black Seminole? That a sense you're saying that there is a very tight relationship. That's
Yes.
just a continuation.
Yes, that's right, and exactly. Even when you look at the name or the tribe now in Miami, Miccosukee, when you look at the actual derivative of it, was actually Miccosukee, which is our name for chief in Hitchiti. The Miccosukee speaks a very close derivative of the Yamasic language that they called Hitchiti. So that's the tie-in, and you'll see that within their historical documents. If you go down and visit the Seminole Reservation, and you'll see the pictures of the old or Black Seminoles. Predominantly, all the pictures there are of Black or dark-skinned Seminole women or Miccosukee women. If you look up the historical archive with Billy Bowlegs and the rest of those, you see that they were pretty dark. You know, they were Black, if you would consider them such, based on what their ancestors look like today. So.
To truly understand the identity of the Yamasee people, it's important to look at historical records that describe them. In the book Sketch of the Seminole War and Sketches During a Campaign by a lieutenant of the left wing, some fascinating observations are made. On pages 25 and 26, where it states, "One cannot help being struck with the remarkable coincidence in some respects between the present Seminole War in Florida with that which occurred in Carolina with the Yamasees 120 years ago. East Florida was the original possession of the ancient Yamasees, who also owned a portion of Carolina, and the fierce and warlike spirit of that powerful tribe seems to have sprung up from their graves to animate the souls of their conquerors. Some few drops of their blood yet exist in the veins of the Seminoles, and the language of the latter has borrowed many of their words. In both instances, the name Seminole means wanderers or wild people. They emigrated from the main body of the Creeks about 100 years. It is worthy of remark as to this term by which the Seminoles designate themselves, that at the present day they contradistinguish the Creeks by the apple."
Yeah. So, I'm muted. All right, yeah, cool. We're back in the building. Yeah, so that was, I told y'all, we in Turtle Goat season where we honoring the legendary, never scary Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Come on, man, who came back to give you your inheritance, your nobility inheritance, said you was Mo, the Moorish heritage, right? So understanding the Yamasee, which Yamasee is actually too somewhat of a misnomer too. But you know, we acknowledge our bloodline through properly pronouncing it as Yamasee or Yamashi with that XI. Understanding who we are bloodline wise, understanding how we are the first original civilization in the Americas. I have to take back something that I've been saying, but I gotta show love to all my peoples because I do have brothers and sisters, twins that watch the podcast and they get offended on certain things, and I stand to be corrected if I was incorrect. So I was incorrect on this. I said Indian was a misnomer. Now, technically, I've been knew that it's technically not a misnomer. The reason why is because you can find, yes, say if you look up the Mexican-American War, it's going to tell you about the Mauritanian races, that's the Moors, and the Indian and their Indian associates who ran Mikozi, or Mexico as you know it today. And Mexico was a way bigger territory than what y'all see today. Just like even what they're talking about South Carolina, Florida, and shit like that. For one, the indigenous territories were way expansive. So when you're dealing with the Yamazi Confederation, that is most of your southeast. In their kindred, their cousins in the southwest, the Washita, that's one Maroon indigenous family, but tied to the original civilizations of the misnomered Olmec and Mayan. Remember, that's Amaru Turuzi. That's where you get turtle from. Turtle honors that bloodline. And they told you on there that what? Miko is the name of a divine chief. Oh, Miko Turtle, Miko Tadanaga. Oh, Miko, y'all understand that now. Slowly but surely, inshallah, a book and curriculums will be coming out dealing with our indigenous inheritance over here and how you need to relearn that to obtain your prosperity, and your children, your seeds. Damn sure need to learn that, man. It's crucial at this time that you stay focused on your ancestral inheritance and embodying that greatness and coming with the sword, like you see me on these debates on Too Raw for TV, with anybody that comes against that. Anybody. You feel me? So that's important. That's important, twin. Twin frequency 2, I must touch on this element. The reason why I first dealt with it on its divine feminine and masculine element is dealing with what the Bible spoke of being equally yoked. Y'all gonna see major divorces amongst our people, man, because most of our people just got into relationships on non-substance shit. And do this awakening process, yes, those of you that's getting knowledge of self, that's in relationships that ain't equally yoked, yeah, that shit gonna be demolished. But it's good for both parties. No need to be colonial self-hate and go to the colonizer, this personal child support, none of that crazy shit. Can't do that today, twins. But there will be a lot of relationship demise, and there will be great divine connections. You feel me though? Yeah, twin connections, man. For the original men that deal with multiple women, you and the multiple chocolate goddesses manifest like crazy during this time. And you should have your mindset on that. You should have a structure to yourself and your family. As far as, remember, I said architectural intelligence. The original man's supposed to know that, twin. You're supposed to have a structure for your family. Absolutely. And engaging in divine contracts with you and your woman. We as original man can create contracts with our women. We don't need a colonial state to do shit like that. If you got a fake marriage with a colonial state, that shit is dead. It's going nowhere. Redo that and create your own. You got indigenous understanding now. For all of you that have that, man, undo that shit and create your own. And for all of the twins moving forward, understand that a twin is going to magnetize, especially for the women. That original man gonna come with that architectural intelligence on how to build that family structure. You as that natural engineer, it's gonna harmonize with you, and you naturally gonna want to learn from that original man and build with him, and taking his seeds and grow with him. You feel me? For the original woman, same element. If you get knowledge of self right now, you should be magnetizing. That womb is magnetizing. That's a divine feminine frequency that's magnetizing. That original man, that's your divine twin. You feel me? And on the brotherly and sisterly element of the twin frequency, you should have a divine brotherhood, original man. You should have a divine order, divine brotherhood, like Prophet Noble Drew Ali established with the MSTA, like the most the honorable Dr. Khalid Muhammad. with the New Black Panther Party, as well as with the he was a part of the FOI, loyal soldier, one of the best warriors ever, bro. Like, you tripping if you don't know about that. Like the great warriors, Muhammad Ali, as well as Professor Moses Powell, Musa Muhammad, you know, the Grand Master Dragon. So that's important for you to understand where your mindset should be at every year, January 1st. All right, coming out, Turtle Calendar will be coming to all of our people. Coming soon. That's why I told y'all, you know, not going so heavy on the classes, as far as giving it out the way I was giving it out. We still do classes all the time, you know, but just have to downsize so I can bring that to the people. We need our own calendar systems. Time, yeah, you can say time is an illusion, but again, that illusion is destroying original people. So your perception about time is distorted by colonizers. You thinking today's January 1st, not knowing that it's a divine serious alignment, and you and your people should be meditating, contemplating, and actualizing y'all mission and purpose. You feel what I'm saying? Meditation of the divine feminine frequency, contemplation of divine masculine frequency, and that actualization is like that child, that divine manifestation. Come on now, that's universal law. Goddamn. Turtle, goat, Caesar. You already know you a family. You a black goat of your family. So you're gonna have this structure established for your family if you listening to Atlantis Indigenous Radio. Straight up. You got the culture. You already know what's popping. You got to honor your mama and your daddy. You feel what I'm saying? You got to get rid of traumas from your mama and your daddy. And you got to magnify them divine twins. You feel me? You got to have, for the men, architectural intelligence. And the woman, you need to be that divine engineer, you know, bringing forth that greatness. You feel what I'm talking about? So salute to the fam. Salute to the fam. Make sure y'all check every Thursday, 9 p.m., Atlantis Indigenous Radio, only on Too Raw for TV.tv. Get at me on all my social medias. Instagram, the Big Headed Alchemist. That you will see Turtle, the Big Headed Alchemist, spelled like you see on the screen. You will see me doing a handstand. Get at me because we gonna be cranking up real soon, just for the elite members for Too Raw for TV. I'll be doing this for, because like I said, I can't take on too much right now. I reopen the classes during the collective new year that most tribes celebrated as during the vernal equinox. Remember, you got 4 sacred time periods. Come on now, time and shit. Y'all supposed to be on it like y'all ancestors, not like colonizers. So during spring, I should be reopening it up to all the people. We may have some exclusives to where I may open some of the classes up a little early. I get some of this homework that I personally have to do done early, as far as the books and curriculums and things that I got to put out. But T the Big Headed Alchemist on Instagram, and Miko Turtle, the Big Headed Alchemist, on Too Raw for TV.tv. And salute to the fam, salute to all my twins. Make sure y'all energy is focused on manifesting that greatness that we just spoke of right here, right now. Salute to my twins. Time to get in there.